What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the A Show with the Kings of Pro Wrestling Podcasts. I am Justin, here with Meelz. What's going on, Meelz?
Nothing much, man. How's everything with you?
Recovering from that nasty cold I had. I'm telling you, nothing crazier than being older and getting sick.
I don't. It doesn't. Maybe it's because I don't know where you get sick from. Because
I get sick mostly from the changing weather in California, which has only gotten worse. Which I'm actually shocked that I didn't get sick during, like, the fires because there was a lot of really bad air quality. I have asthma,
yeah,
I thought for sure I was gonna be catching something. There's a mix between the fact that my wife does go into work, she's always sick or having
mm,
a cold or
damn.
fucking coughing. So I, like, make her, like, just completely leave the fucking room. I'd be like, "No, you can't
I
sleep up here tonight."
I people who still come into work when they're sick to me just doesn't. I'm flabbergasted. I don't even go into work when I'm not sick. I just say I'm sick and I'll just stop it. If I feel something lingering, I'll be like, all right, yeah, let me call out. Um, But that's just crazy to me. I forgot what I was about to say. There's something I'm about to mention. Um, but no, this is I think one of the more eye-opening things, maybe I saw this on Twitter, so I'm not sure if it's actual thing, but it was like from a TikTok. That you don't actually you get cold. The coldness of outside doesn't make you cold. The coldness from outside just makes you more susceptible if you're not prepared with layers and other types of things to um, protect yourself from the cold is really what makes you get sick because the colder you are, the weaker your defense is for all of these things that are traveling through the air. And it's easier for them to like get within your nasal tubes and all this other stuff and actually infect you. So once I learned that, I was like, okay, let me just keep layered up and have something over my face and all this other stuff like that. So maybe that's why I don't. But I also don't.
Y'all fools better bundle up.
Bundle up for sure. Yeah, nah, it's crazy. Actually, it's 40 degrees today, so it's actually like summer to
Yeah,
practically.
that's not bad. It finally rained here, and again, it goes
Shout out to Lil Kim.
it speaks. I'm not thanking her for that. Um, it speaks to really just like how the weather has changed so drastically here in the past just month alone, and it's the same month. We're still in January, and the weather's changed at least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Or and it's like it went from fucking It was like 72 degrees last week.
Oh,
70
that's
fucking 2
crazy.
degrees. And
I would
now it's
love
like
that.
and it went right back down to basically just like fucking cold temperatures like it ain't nothing, bruh. Like it's truly insane. Truly insane.
With that said, there's a there's a lot of stuff to talk about today.
Yes, a whole bunch. And this is of course our first free show of 2025. Uh we're gonna have to talk about a lot of stuff this week. Some stuff we missed, I think, or some stuff we don't want to miss.
Actually, I don't
Uh,
know. Maybe it got wrapped up. Who cares?
yeah,
Sometimes these things just wrap themselves up. You know what I'm saying? Like last week we talked about this whole journalist saga. And surely enough, that shit just wrapped itself up because apparently this Ergo guy came from the top of the building with a sniper.
and just he completely destroyed he Johnny Bananas the Fightful Vacation Alliance all on his own, all by his lonesome. He was targeted,
Damn.
and then he took he like as Cam would say, reverse the situation, popped his chain, and then you know that's a very deep cut Cam reference,
He
but um
he changed his name to air it out, and I was like, you know what? That's actually kind of fire.
I you know Canadians aren't cool, you know what I mean?
No,
So
they're
I'll
not.
I'll never give him that, but, that is what it is. Terrence and Phillip, you did it. You did it.
You
I
did
I
it.
I haven't been like, I've seen what's been going on, but I don't wanna, like,
No, no,
dogpile
no.
the guy.
Of course, of
Um,
course.
I know that, like, uh, Iwu is just trying to make a living like everybody else through ill through ill means, for sure. The way that he's doing this. Really, really, we talked about it at length, the other day, but just stop being stupid, bruh. Yeah, it makes me really thankful for a rightful community that you earn. Like, communities aren't fucking bought. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I think that's really what it is. They're earned. And I think that's the one thing that these people who do the internet, quote unquote, do the internet now are forgetting is that these things aren't bought. You know what I mean? You can't just you have to actually have a connection with people. You know what I mean? And I think
right.
that that's really where the problem stems from is that he really didn't have a relationship with anybody.
Yeah, because
Other
the
than us and women.
barrier of entry was so low that
Yeah.
literally anyone can jump in and just exploit it. So,
Or be exploited,
or be exploited.
which is what I feel like a lot was going on there was that, people were pretty much being exploited, and that goes from the talent that he would I guess he had been talking to or talking about to,
Hmm.
his own fan base, or, if you wanna call it that, like, you gotta realize some of these people are not your friends, so don't treat them
Yeah,
as if they are, you know what I mean?
absolutely.
So,
Um, with that said, we got a whole lot of stuff to cover this week. First of all, I want to point everyone to our Patreon, patreon.com/backslash the A Show RNC. We dropped a brand new episode of Retro Diaries surrounding the Royal Rumble 2008. Of course, we talk about everything, well, most things that happened, some things that happened in 2008, but then we also talk about the Royal Rumble and heavy, the news surrounding it, kind of the time, the period. It's a fun episode, it's 2 hours long. So if you needed extra A show content in your life, especially as we are in Royal Rumble season, because Royal Rumble season, WWE started uploading all the Rumbles that didn't
they're
include Vince McMahon or Chris
They're
Benoit.
playing they're playing them on a constant loop. They're doing the thing that I really like that they do, and right before a big event, they'll play a marathon 24/7 of, um, just the past matches and stuff like that. I ended up catching the 2023 one
Mm,
yesterday, which led me into watching, the main event from that show, which I still think is one of I still say Royal Rumble 23 is one of my favorite shows of this current era
yeah,
of WWE, but also one of my favorite endings of any show in any era. Just
absolutely.
the layers of it, going back and watching and seeing where all these people are now, and you get a better appreciation of it, especially going into uh this year's Royal Rumble, and everything is flipped, right? Like everything is pretty much flipped on his end, and the characters that we know now are doing nefarious things or are completely opposite things from what we remember them doing.
Absolutely. So make sure you guys check that out on our Patreon. $5 is all going for a good cause for January, as we are going to be donating our entire Patreon January kind of like earning earnings to those folks who have been affected by the LA wildfires. So it's for a good cause if you want to join. If not, also just keep donating just in general. I'm sure there are more families that can continue to use this, especially with everything that's happening with the federal government today. Um,
They'll take away federal aid, but will still want us to pay that shit. This shit is
yeah,
like again, I cannot stress this enough. Absolutely fuck anyone who is rocking with this shit.
bro. Listen, a lot of listen.
There
Um,
there was a relationship YouTuber that like me and my wife watch relationship YouTube. This is no secret, all right? But there's this couple, and the dude is Armenian and the girl is Latina and white, right? And the dude is actually the son of this notorious, I guess, kingpin in LA, and they got
mm,
arrested. So he actually lived a lot of his life bouncing around from, I guess, family to foster because his parents went to jail for I guess some drug related shit, right? So I automatically was like, that is an odd thing for you to be doing YouTube because now we know where all your money's coming from. That's number one. But
right.
number two, he was like very much kind of like you look at the kid and you be like, he's like a Trumper, huh? Like he's got to be like a Trump type nigga, right? And so now with all the deportations, all these things going on, people are actually holding influencers accountable. I will give them that, especially the Latin American community. They're holding their influencers accountable, and I'm loving every second of it. I love it.
Good for that, man.
'Cause
Yeah.
they're like, "Why the fuck you ain't out here protesting? Why you not doing this shit for your people? Why you posting like you're on vacation?" Some of these motherfuckers, Meals, went to, like, Hawaii and Japan in the last couple days, and so they didn't have to post about any of this shit as LA was burning, as their people were,
Right.
being deported and, wrongful you know what I'm saying? Like, wrongfully persecuted, you know what I'm saying? And so this particular, like, particular couple, they go on, and this motherfucker gets online on Al Gore's internet. I wonder what Al Gore's doing today, and says,
Let me look him up. Wait, maybe on Instagram. Let me check.
"I'm on the gram. I'm on the gram, nigga." So he gets on Instagram or he gets on online and basically says, "Well, you guys are mad at our opinion." And he said, I didn't know Trump was going to be doing all this deportation. I actually didn't even vote. Me and my girl didn't even vote because we thought neither candidate was good. However, I thought Trump was the best candidate, and I was just like, bro, you sound so stupid. You sound as stupid
Wag.
as like Nelly did. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, you sound as
Yeah.
stupid as or you look as stupid as Snoop Dogg does right now, losing almost 1,000,000 followers. Did you see that in the past week?
Yes, I have.
I was losing. I don't know what the, like, best way to say this, but I was losing kind of, clarity on, like, just how popular or, like, wanted a lot of this shit was, right? Because I've kind of largely stayed offline or whatever. I'm trying to protect my own mental health in these
Of
days.
course.
But, like, this is not a popular guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't a popular thing that's going on right now, and it's 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 gonna get even less popular. So, like, these people better batten down the hatches because now you're seeing everybody back away from it. You see Joe Rogan say, the inauguration was bizarre." Like, what? You fucking helped it happen. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh my god. Listen. First of all, Al Gore does have an Instagram. Doesn't have as much followers as I thought he would have, but what are you gonna do? You're Al Gore. Um, and then I looked for Bill Clinton's Instagram, and he does not have the gram, which is probably best for him and
Oh,
in just
come on.
life.
They in his fucking comments all the time, bro. He don't need to be in public. We need to do it. We need to just
Yeah, for
do
sure.
away with the Clintons. That's all I'm gonna say though. We need to just, like I said, I got
Um,
a list. I got a list.
with that said, in addition, we have the Royal Rumble pool. This is probably got to be at least the seventh or the eighth one that we've done. But the Royal Rumble pool is back. It is officially live. If you're listening to this on public, it's been live for 24 hours. If you're listening to this on Patreon, it was live earlier today. We already have a number of people, as we do every year, who is getting in the action, who's declared themselves for the A Show Royal Rumble. Some people who may have won already, who are trying to two-peat. We haven't had a two-peater yet. Um, some people who are entering for the first time. But with that said, I implore everyone, if you want to be able to talk to us, share your thoughts and either love for the show, love for wrestling, everything of that, enter a Rumble pool. It's a great prize. Which other podcast lets people be a host of it, a co-host of it? Like,
I mean,
who
other
else would?
other other networks would just hire you.
Yeah, just have it just bury you deep in some sort of show recap at 11 p.m. at night or something along those lines. Um, but with that said, I mean, we've hired people who won this thing too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Armand. Um, but yeah, no, it's fun. Royal Rumble pool again. There will be for the patrons. There will be another Royal Rumble pool that much more things. It won't be catered towards who wins the Royal Rumble. It'll be more catered towards like eliminations or uh, longest time in there or stuff like that. I'm not even gonna have people pick names. They're just gonna have to pick numbers, and that is how they will win. So
I mean,
we
if
will.
y'all wanna make it some FanDuel type shit with the parlays, y'all can do that too.
I ain't trying to be held to those kind of standards. You know what I'm saying? Like, join DraftKings if you want all that. But with
Mark
that
Cuban.
said, we will have We will have all of that. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the Patreon, of course, at patreon.com/ASORNC. Free show today. So let's get into everything that we are going to talk about today.
Yeah. First up, Saturday night's main event aired on Saturday. Uh,
I was gonna say no shit, Sherlock, but I didn't want to be mean.
it's just you're always mean to me anyway.
uh,
So listen,
we
I've
was
been
we
sending.
was planning to like we were like, all right, well, it'll be a Saturday. It'll be
Yeah, I mean,
some fun for Saturday.
it's a fucking breezy, nice show to watch. I ended that show on Saturday like, oh, that was cool, and went about my life. I get online. I sent you some of these too.
Yeah,
There's so many creators like, "This is becoming Battle of the Belts," and "This show is so inconsequential," and "I wanna see more storylines." I'm like, "Y'all motherfuckers get storylines 8 hours out the week from these motherfuckers. I'm good with just one show that you can just watch it and just walk away from it, or you don't even gotta watch it. You don't even have to
yeah.
watch Saturday Night's Main Event."
You honestly didn't. But to be honest with you, a lot of these did have stories that have been going on for a while. Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax is a rivalry that's been going on for over a year. Braun Breaker versus Sheamus has been another rivalry that's been going on for a long time. And
Months.
Sheamus, yeah, and Sheamus is trying. They fought at Survivor Series. You know what I'm saying? Um, Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu is always a battle between the Braun Strowman and the Bloodline, which is going to be a never-ending thing. Apparently, yes, Braun Strowman has gotten beaten by goddamn every single member of the Bloodline other than Tama Tonga or Tongaloa. Um, so who knows if that'll actually happen? And then Gunther versus Jey Uso. This is another one that has happened before for the Intercontinental Championship. It is now elevated to the World Heavyweight Championship, and it happened on the main event. So it's like I don't know I don't think you need the super in depth stories for an event like this, especially with the Royal Rumble a week away, and the Royal Rumble is coming. So I don't even know why you're complaining.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like literally a week. Like you're gonna get all the story you could ever want in 7 days. I mean, like I just don't understand the. I know, actually I do understand it. TikTok's back. Niggas need money. Rent is due. I get it. You gotta make your money somehow. I just think that like coming into this expecting there to be like a Royal Rumble 2023 ending on NBC, like this is a show that's largely not only to just fulfill a obligation that they signed with Universal when they made this, when they made this deal, but
mhm.
NBC Universal's not expecting them to do any of that type of shit. If we get
Yeah,
Roman, cool. If we don't, whatever. This fills out a time slot that would normally be, at least in my area, a Saturday Night Live rerun. That probably doesn't do the numbers that this probably will be doing. Like my NBC affiliate just runs Saturday night reruns from like 6 p.m. all the way up to the local news, then Saturday Night Live. Like there's
yeah.
nothing going on in that time slot.
Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck NBC plays on other days of the month other than this. But this was a fun event. I think most people gave a lot more than I thought that they would. Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax, in my opinion, was better than their first encounter by a lot, and it was probably in a fraction of the time. Um, both women look good. Rhea Ripley with a strong defense, Nia Jax with strong offense, and able to look strong heading into the Royal Rumble. I thought that was fire. Braun Breaker versus Sheamus is always good. The Cody uh, Kevin Owens business. I mean, it was business. Shawn Michaels was there.
Mhm.
uh, they did what it was supposed to do. Shawn Michaels ends up super kicking Kevin Owens for a feel good pop for San Antonio. So that was always fire. Um, Jacob Fatu demolishing Braun Strowman.
Mhm.
Um,
I mean, that's I mean, and the way that you explained it there was pretty much as it should have been. Like that could have been a segment. Don't get me wrong, I like the segment a lot. But that could have been something where like y'all could have just it could have just been that. It could have just been Strowman and Jacob Fatu seeing each other and on site they just started scrapping. You know what I mean? Like that would have been cool to me. I think that
yeah,
like I think that um Jacob is, how do I say this without angering half of the.
just do whatever you feel like, man.
He's fine. he's fine. Like he works very much at a level that I feel like a lot of the mid card talent work with themselves towards. That's completely fine. There's not it's not a knock on him. There just isn't enough of a sample size for anyone to be
Yeah.
saying that he
He's
is
like
the
some
next thing.
transcendent yeah, he's some
Yeah, like
transcendent wrestler or the one who's going to do all these other things in main event wrestling. I mean, he could main event WrestleMania, don't get me wrong. It's not like
yeah,
anything's out of the realm of possibility.
yeah,
But I'm not I personally there's nothing that's like jumped off the page to me as an in-ring competitor. Mike stuff, you know,
yeah.
he's good. He's
He's
good.
good on the mic. Like I but you know like what's crazy? It's always like you know what they look like. The people that look like how they look
Yeah.
that like it because he's talking like the kind of the you know like he from you know it's authentic. Okay, he's it's
Yeah.
authentic for sure from where he's from. That doesn't mean that, like, there doesn't need to be any direction there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he's still getting there, bro. Like, I'm trying to be very I'm not trying to tiptoe, but I'm trying to be very clear, and my intent in what I'm saying right here is that
Right.
Jacob is largely fine. He is fine. I thought this segment was great for him. It made him look great. Soon as but it feels like another thing to me that everyone's trying to be first. Like I
Yeah.
was first to tell everybody that he was great, as if he's gonna like tweet them and be like, "I told y'all niggas." You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, yeah, fuck yeah. You don't have to be first, my nigga. You don't have to be
Yeah.
first. We could just wait and let it play out because if it's a bust, the first thing that people will look at and they'll say, "It's booking's fault." I'm like,
Right.
I don't really necessarily think so. Like, it's not like Jacob Fatu saying like, "Oh, let me go out there and do all this shit on my own." He's largely being produced already. Like, creative is trying to find something in him, and they're building that up. But I want people to like be so fucking for real that when he starts
Yeah.
losing matches, that they don't freak the fuck out because that's gonna start happening too, and they're not gonna no
Well,
one's gonna like that.
speaking of playing it out, where do you think this Jacob Fatu thing goes for WrestleMania?
It's looking like Solo to me. It's looking like Solo to me. Solo's disappeared largely. I was like, "Where the fuck is Solo at?" But
Yeah, it
again,
was like
I think Solo will have to reckon with the mess and the chaos that he's wrought on the company, especially now that I would imagine he's probably like, you know, I'm not the tribal chief. This is pretty much all for nothing.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, he's
and
lost every major singles match that he's
he's
had.
ever had. So I would imagine that that the Tongans and Fatu are not too enthused Meals with
Yeah.
their leader, quote unquote, when especially when Fatu is stepping up to the plate in ways that Solo hasn't. So it's looking like it's gonna be Solo. I don't want people to be upset that it's not gonna be Roman. You know what? It might not ever be Roman at Mania. It might be
Yeah.
Roman at fucking Bad Blood or something like that. Don't count the chickens before they hatch. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to like really just calm it down just a little bit
Just a little bit.
because he's gonna get there. But if I had to say he's there right now, he's not there right now.
Yeah,
He's not there right
absolutely.
now. Even during this match, he was gassed like crazy. Braun shouldn't be like breathing good. He only has one and a half working knees. Like
He looks like, he came in really good shape and looks like he gained a couple extra pounds since he's come in. Maybe like some holiday weight. That's what it
Jacob,
looks like, but yeah, yeah,
yeah, he needs to. He got the solo thing. Like Solo
yeah.
got into shape when Roman got back. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he was ripped again. I think Jacob should probably
You
do
know,
that
you
too.
look like a little, just a little bit. It's Mania season coming up, so everybody going to be cutting and eating whatever things and getting their Hello Fresh and all types of other shit. So um, we'll see how that goes. Gunther versus Jey Uso. What did you think of the main event?
I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I think
Gunther
Jay's
got
just
me. Gunther always gets me, man.
oh, he's good for one really good near fall. He's good for
Yeah,
one of those. He's good he's good for catching
because
you
he'll
off
take
guard one of those.
he'll take three finishers, and I'm like, all right, yeah, that's it. It's three of them. Took the spear, two spears maybe, and the splash. I was like, all right, yeah, it might be. They might be doing a switch here, and sure enough, the motherfucker kicks out and beats the shit out of Jey Uso.
Uh-huh. He's
Um,
and after the powerbomb, he said, "And that'll be that." And then it was over. He said,
and
"And
then
that'll be that."
so now, first of all, this Jey Uso thing, it could not be any clearer to me that he's probably a future world heavyweight champion, right?
Oh, yeah,
Like
for sure this year.
especially after Monday, like you can't ignore everything that happened. I don't know. I mean, Quavo isn't the line to carry. You know what I'm saying?
"Come
But
on,
is
fuck with me, Meelz. Fuck with me."
Quavo ain't know what the fuck was going on, bro. was like,
"A
I
thousand
was like,
pounds. I think I got
what do you
1,000 rounds."
what do you think Offset is never there? I feel like Offset would be a way better.
Just because Offset's funny. I think that's why
Okay.
you say that. Offset's funny. So, like, yeah,
Offset's
I
a
can see that.
he's an entertainer. You've
Yeah.
seen him. You've seen the baby things. You've seen all the other in the Michael Jackson or Whitney Houston video. He's an
Yeah.
entertainer.
He no, he's fucking legit. I think a lot of it is, like, Offset's probably trying to establish himself still kinda like as that solo artist that he wanted to
Or he
be.
don't want to be seen on TV while he got
Oh, he got
child
what?
support.
Is it child support?
Didn't he got divorced from Cardi?
Yeah, I don't think it was no problems with the child support. I think
Mm,
the issue is that he's being made to pay for it, and that's a whole different
that's a
conversation in
different.
itself. But I don't
Yeah.
think he usually he take care of his kids from
Yeah.
what I see. I don't know why how
Absolutely.
we got into that part,
I
but
don't know. I just feel like Offset should be there. That's what I feel like. But Quavo's fine. Quavo's
it was
fine.
fine. There was a lot. We'll talk about that on Raw.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that on Raw. But like it he's cool. And I think that's really what it is. He's a cool looking dude, and that's why the way that it comes off is very good on TV. I think Jay next to Quavo actually looked off in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. That
I
fit
was like,
was
damn. But it was never more clear to me that I was like, I don't know. Quavo's pretty big. I just felt like felt like the bigger star than Quavo by a lot.
yeah, because it's not, and like Travis Scott was like that was same level. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
they were
there you
both
go.
over. Well, who you want to come out with, Big Boy? 103,000.
Come out with Lotto or
I feel
something.
like little baby needed to get his ass up and just stop fucking playing. Stop trying to be
I
cool and
agree.
start
Yeah.
eating.
Come on, man. You take your kids to the event, like get up, you know, clap or something. Damn. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But you know what? Atlanta. Shout out to Atlanta. Um, and they're there tonight too for NXT, which should be a good show. Um,
Center stage, classic arena. I would not be shocked if Cody didn't show up tonight.
that'll be dope. Um, since I'm assuming it's all hands on deck for promotion for the Royal Rumble, so um, I wouldn't be surprised either. Um, Transitioning from that, got a little bit of news with Miss Alexa Bliss, who I would imagine is a potential surprise for the Royal Rumble. I'm
You think
trying to
so?
avoid all surprises, but people won't stop telling me of who's working at the PC and who isn't. Um,
Yeah, I've actually made like a very hard line spoiler policy for our Discord for this week because I don't want anybody to run into spoilers.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. So keep it to yourself, pops. Um, but either way, Alexa Bliss contract, you know. Well, I don't want to start it with that. We want Alexa Bliss essentially. There's news about Alexa Bliss possibly returning. I mean, ever since the White Six has come back, honestly, there's only been five of them. We're wondering where the sixth part is. And then it was reported last week. I don't know if it was by PW Insider. Was it? Um, that all creative for Alexa Bliss has been shut down temporarily until they kind of work through any contractual issues that they kind of like have. And I use issues kind of lightly. It just seems like a renegotiation of a contract. Um, that she wants to get paid like everybody else is getting paid. She's like, listen, I see the Netflix money. I see everybody else getting paid. I see Charlotte promos every week. You know what I'm saying? You know, um, I need that before we
yeah.
step. into the ring. I don't blame her. Do what you
Yeah,
gotta do.
I'm not mad at it. People were like, "Know your worth, queen." I'm like, "Man, yes." But
Yes,
at the end
absolutely,
of the
but
at the end of the day, they're gonna work this out. There's enough money to go around. We see these shows every week.
yeah, they're not gonna not give Alexa Bliss money, right?
No, they're going to give Alexa Bliss money.
So, it is what it is. I can't imagine this would be like a hold up. This isn't like some '90s shit where it'd be like, "Sable wants as much as this," or "China wants more as this," and then they just like, "No, we're just not giving you that."
Yeah,
Um,
just the benefit that Alexa Bliss brings, you don't want her to go anywhere else, and you definitely don't want her to be out for too long.
yeah, for
Um,
sure. I mean, she's been out for 2 years at this point.
she had a
Like,
baby. She had a baby. She's,
I mean,
you
the
know,
baby been there, you know what I'm saying? Becky had a baby too. Becky was back at
sh
work.
you are
Um
crazy. Like, you're fucking crazy. I don't
Yeah.
even I'm gonna let our listeners figure that one
What?
out.
She was. It was alleged that she was supposed to be back already, but they just haven't figured out the plan yet. But she was supposed to be back a long time ago. I'm ready to see Alexa Bliss. That comment comes from essentially me wanting Alexa Bliss back on my television. That's it.
Okay,
You know, Mm,
alright.
just excited. Excited. I'm excited to see what she brings to the division. You know, it's been the
Um,
entire division has changed essentially since she's been gone. Um, So it'll be interesting to see what she brings to all of this. Um, Next bit of news: the Corey Graves saga.
we
This one
skipped this
kind
last
of,
week. We
yeah, but it
yeah,
kind of like wrapped itself up. I don't know. I was like,
yeah,
oh,
he came to work.
yeah, look at that. I wonder who had the heart to heart talk with him. Who sat him down and was like, "Yo, let me talk to you real quick." And it was just like,
Um,
I get
this
it, I get it, I get it. You're one of those like, I get it, trust me, but
I
yeah.
think Triple H and Nick Khan said, "You could either make the show or you could not make the show." You tell me which one you wanna do and get back to me on Monday because your flight leaves at motherfucking 10, nigga.
Listen, we got you booked, and we got you booked. Um, Listen, wrapped itself up. He had some kind of comments on social media regarding his status, essentially not being able to commentate on any of the main shows because they felt like he was not famous enough, and he was then relegated to NXT. He had the boo boo face when NXT started 2 weeks ago. That he was doing NXT, and then he was taken off the show. And the wholly unironic part was like, uh what was it? Pat McAfee the following week had to take off the week so Wade Barrett had to fill in. It was like you could have
He
it
made
just
the
is
he made the whole motherfucking this nigga made a whole, like,
stink.
thing, yeah, about this whole thing,
I
ruined
mean, I
everybody's
get it.
week.
I get it. I get it. I'm not fully against. I get it
Was it a
from his.
you think it was a money thing?
I don't think it's a money thing. I just think it's like a I poured all my time and thing into this, and I feel like I've been there for a number of years when this company has needed me, and now it kind of seems like to me it's this is like a standard like change in management thing where people have disagreements with kind of like new management on these sort of stuff. And I'm not talking about Nick Khan. I'm talking about the people who manage the commentators, announcers, interviewers, all these other people, and kind of like dealing with that because I don't think I forgot what the lady's name is, but it's no longer Michael Cole who's in charge of those. It's someone completely different. So it's kind of being able to navigate around that. Like maybe you aren't you've seen people they get a new boss. It's like man, who the fuck is this nigga, man? Like you know,
But
is
here's my thing, man, and this is the it's gonna sound mean, man.
sure.
I just think that Joe Tessitore is probably better than him. I'm not gonna lie.
I I can take either or.
I think he's better. I think he's funnier, for sure. Uh, I think what he does at the beginning of shows is so
I,
cool.
I
Like,
think
that
he
is
brings
so
a certain
cool.
feel. I think he brings a certain feel to the show for sure.
Like,
Like
he just makes it
big
feel
time
like
feel.
yeah, it just feels like a cool fucking show, man. Like, he just adds to it, right? And, you know, I I don't mind Corey either, but maybe NXT is not so bad for him right now. You know what I mean? Like he gets to usher in kind of like a new. He can make the taglines and the punchlines for characters that are coming in. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
you
I
know,
think
it Booker and Vic is just so well together, right? Like to add a it's gonna take some time to add that third person and ingratiate his personality within the personality of Vic, who is a personality in his own right. He's not like just some person that they hire there to do all these things and say all these things. And Booker, who is a massive personality and at sometimes an eclipsing one in his own right. So it's gonna take some time to get ingratiated within that. Um, but I think he'll do fine. You know, he's a professional. He's done this for pretty much the last decade at a pretty high level. And I'm sure when Pat is gone, it will be out.
all you gotta do is wait. Pat'll leave. Like all you gotta do is wait. Like just relax, brother. Like chill, bro. Like he's gonna be gone soon. I don't know. It's tough to talk about it because we don't really know what the issue was. But
Yeah, but
let's get back
it's
to it.
seemingly wrapped up. Yeah, it's seemingly wrapped up. Like niggas back at work. Go get your money. Go get your check. He's doing speed again. Nigga took him on speed that one week. I was like, oh, they must really hate this. It must be really be a wrap. Next bit of news: Jordan Grace. It's been reported by Fightful she has officially signed a multi-year WWE contract. Congratulations to Jordan Grace. Look forward to see you on our televisions. I don't know where you're going to see if it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Friday. I take it anywhere to be honest with you because she's that amazing of a talent. Um, I don't know. I don't really have any major thoughts on it. I think we talked about it pretty much last week,
Yeah,
but
Jordan Grace is a huge, and again, I said it in our year end, that 5-on-5 match on NXT back in November. I
yeah,
was like, that's the future of the company right now. And I know a lot of people are like Jordan should go straight to main roster. I don't think there's a problem with that. I think she would kind of be lost in the sauce. I think that like they're trying to kick the tires on a couple of women right now on the main roster, especially within the mid card part because the top of the card, or we'll talk about it later. We talk about transfer portal. They're moving a lot of things out the way for things that are
yeah,
about to
yeah.
happen. I wouldn't want Jordan to get lost in the sauce there. It's
I
better
think
for
she's a
her to.
perfect. I think if you wanna continue to build that mid card around the Intercontinental US title divisions, because to be honest, you SmackDown, it looks like only like three challengers essentially. There's like three options you could do, like Michin, BFAB, probably Piper at some point. Um, but I think she would be great for that division if they want to kind of bolster that a little bit.
100%. And also, like I said the other week, like she's got some win backs she's got to get. Roxanne being one of them that she's got to go to win back on, and um, she's just such a phenomenal talent. And she's been on their radar for such a long time, and it just hasn't kind of lined up. And now that it's finally going to line up, I think that she's going to hit the next step. Like the promos are going to get better, the presentation is going to look better, she's going to get new music, new look, all of that stuff. And I think that's really what we're about to see, and I can't wait to see how they present her, especially with like you get to see Zaria versus Jordan Grace, and Julia and Stephanie Vaquer, and they're just now starting to kind of be ingratiated. Like I do feel like this next gen of the NXT women are really really good. I just hope that they can start moving some of the women that are there up a little bit now. Like I feel like Roxanne's long overdue.
Right.
Obviously,
Well,
Lash long
I
overdue.
I think that's what the TNA partnership is also going to help kind of like give more space for more women to get more opportunities. Whereas Cora Jade, who could probably be called up as well, um, is doing things now. She'll have some space on Impact to really kind of still get the reps, still be on TV, still kind of make some sort of impact or whatever, no pun intended. Um, and do all that stuff. So it looks fun. Shout out to Jordan Grace. Again, yeah, I don't mind wherever she lands up at this point. But I'd imagine if you sign in a multi-year WWE deal for probably some change, I'm imagining if she's on NXT, it's not going to be for long, and or more than likely, she'll be part of the main roster. Um, let's get a little AEW talk,
Here we go.
a little
AEW
bit.
talk.
Little bit, because one of the biggest segments that unfortunately aired during Saturday night's main event Um, the biggest collisions of face to face that we've seen in quite some time. Mariah May finally went face to face with Tony Storm, and the result is what it is. But
Nah, 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 nah. Be
I
real.
no, no, no. All right, I have conflicting feelings about it, but overall, the story is poor, as most stories in the AEW are. But I have conflicting feelings because I think this is one of the rare moments where both of these women put on an amazing performance, a performance worthy of an actual television show. Like a performance worthy of like, I'm the bad guy, I'm doing this. I'm the good guy, here it is. And we're telling that kind of story. Both of them really laid into their characters in the way that they're supposed to. However, this shit ain't make sense. Like
Yeah. I think what makes this crazy is that they trotted Tony around like a silly person who everyone thought looked stupid and was a dork for, like, 2 months. Nobody bought my issue is that no one bought into the whole performance, so it actually was a terrible performance. Mariah never bought
or
into it.
no one asked like why?
Like,
Like
no
no one
one
just
they just and some people I believe Harley Cameron just went along with it. Like some
yeah.
people just like it was so weird how inconsistent it was and how no one had kind of like checked it already. Or I guess I might have missed a vignette when they did. I don't know. But like
No,
Mariah
no, no, no.
never
You didn't.
never
You didn't.
Mariah never fell for it. She whooped her ass in the segment. Good promo or whatever. Then Tony says, "Hey man, it's been me all along." I'm like, "You couldn't have did that before you got your ass whipped?" Like
The
that was
performance of a lifetime. I was like, you know what? I get it, but nah.
absolutely not. I think that they I it was silly. Like even having her lose like matches and stuff to be like a rookie and it was just odd. Like it's I don't know, man. I've not been a fan of the storyline, so like I have nothing much, I have nothing more to say about it really. But I do not believe that they good as the segment was, they put it in a depth slot essentially. When those
Yeah.
collision numbers come out and, I don't know if they're gonna be stellar, they might be average, they might be good considering what
Yeah,
collision
yeah,
was on
yeah.
the Saturday, but
Right.
it could have gone so much better if they had just dedicated time to that on Dynamite, the show that everyone is going to be watching.
Yeah, it was definitely a choice to air it on Collision, um, that I don't agree with. But they essentially, I mean, people, their response to that has been like, WBD pays for Dynamite and Collision, so they have to make it like da-da, and I'm just like, bruh. But you do think smartly, like you don't. There's a reason why certain things happen when football season is over on the road to WrestleMania. When things that don't happen, you know what I'm saying? Like timing is so key in a lot of these things because these are eyeballs that you want, and you're suffocating your own. You know you're suffocating your own self with your poor planning. I mean, maybe they wanted this to become like this big segment online. It's got 400K views on thing. I don't know what the average AEW video does at this point. Um,
A little bit
but
below
it,
that. It's on the
y-
higher end.
yeah, but a little bit. They're doing a lot of bit below this shit. So it's popular online, and I think because people are just like, "Hey, this segment was incredible." Um, Lots of things happen. It did better. It's done better than the Osprey Kenny thing that happened on Dynamite. So that's, I mean, it's worth saying something. This is 400K, almost half a million views. It's actually done something, and people were interested in it. But yeah, it's just bad timing with it. Like
It
you
was
could have
awful
gotten
timing.
so much. You could have got so much more for it. But then we say that, and then people think like, "Oh, why you gotta da da da?" Like I hate
Fuck
that shit.
them. Fuck them. I don't give a shit. This shit looks dumb. She looks dumb, and she was sitting there in some Roaring '20s pajamas cutting a promo. I don't know, man.
But then
It's
my thing is that I don't know what you do now, 3 weeks away from the pay per view event.
From what I've seen or heard, Tony's gonna be doing press in Australia, so,
So she's not gonna be on the damn
she
show?
might not be on the show. That's what I've heard. She might not be there.
That's so I mean, they gotta do press for that damn show. I mean, they've sold out the arena that they moved to, so it's not like it's anything
Yeah, they
bad,
moved
but
it from a bigger
stadium.
arena to a smaller.
They moved from a stadium to an arena. Fair enough.
Grand
We
Slam, got
also we also don't know when Grand Slam is actually going to air, which is unfortunate.
I wonder why nobody's asking these questions, or maybe I'm losing it. Maybe I'm missing it. I
No, I
don't know.
mean, I don't think Tony would give you a direct answer, so it's not like it's. I think you ask Tony this during some kind of scrum, he's gonna be like, "We're looking at all options to be able to do it." But AEW Max gives us so much more versatility in being able to air these live events, and we're just so grateful for our partners at WWD. And he's gonna give you the runaround, the rigmarole. So it's not even like worth asking. Shit's gonna air on Max at like fucking after Kenny, Chuck, and Shaq cut niggas ass in the slam dunk contest, and then they're
Erne,
like,
Erne.
and then they're like, oh, AW Collision up next, and it's gonna be like 12, oh
What's the
03.
collision? What's the collision?
um, so we'll see, but that's another thing. Another thing I didn't like about AEW this week, the Hurt Syndicate.
I love this stuff that we didn't like.
Well, the Tony Storm thing I generally did like overall, but I feel like it's just a poor decisions that have just made it bad. But this private party thing, and you know me, I'm not the biggest private party fan, but I like the guys because they're from where I'm from, so I support them. I support them blindly, of course.
Y'all taking
Um,
L's, bro. Was it Brooklyn? Y'all niggas taking L's.
so this week on Collision, they had the tag team shot. We knew this would happen as soon as we saw this book. We was like, all right,
Yep.
hang it up, flat screen. You know what I'm
Well, because
saying?
they pinned him last week, so it's like, okay.
They made them look like the dorkiest dorks that ever dorked on Dork Street, bro.
And when Isaiah, what's his name, Zay, when he walked out, and it looked like he was about to like, ain't like you know how you like holding back your tears, like that's what he was looking like when he walked out,
He knew it was a wrap. I don't understand why they're winning the tag titles though.
bro.
I don't.
Them
There's nothing else they could have done.
the Hurt Syndicate niggas was going hog wild on them niggas for about 10 minutes through a commercial break. Put somebody through it. Put the color dread nigga. Put him through the table. Uh, and then no, they put Zay through the table. They said, "Since you want to cry, nigga, I'm gonna give you something to cry about." And then put his ass to the table. And then the shot. I think somebody in our Discord put that screenshot of it in there. The shot of that little man cowering behind two black big mandingo niggas about to whoop his ass was fucking hilarious. They beat the dog shit out of these niggas. I think they might have did like 3 moves the whole match, and I don't think
Yeah,
any of them were against Bobby. I don't think Bobby got touched the whole match, and they lost so unceremoniously. I'm guessing they didn't want to pull the Kofi, but I would have rather them just pull the Kofi instead of what they did with this shit because this shit
but
was
the shit,
crazy.
it's just the optics of this look so bad because AEW, former WWE town, are just coming in and ransacking all of these people. Like Mercedes cannot lose apparently at all. Bobby and Shelton, I don't even know if they'll ever even get pinned for these titles. They might just give them up one day.
They'll be on a
Um,
ladder, and they'll be like, "Oh shit, there goes the Death Riders," and then
you
that's when they'll lose.
you got Dean Ambrose and Edge in the main event program. you the show just you got Jeff Jarrett going for the AEW championship at some point. Like the optics of the show look like just bad if you're an AEW original, to be honest with you. If you're someone who's been down there, but this isn't anything that we haven't said for years. Like the
Yeah.
development on this show is so stunted that people don't really get this opportunity to be able to be like massive stars next to these other massive stars. You end up having to take the L for a lot of things. Um, so it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I don't know if they have the Ricochet Swerve match coming up in a couple weeks. Be interesting to see how that result goes. Um,
How are they
but
gonna do an Atlanta show and there's gonna be like they're gonna be scraping the bottom of the barrel trying to find celebrities that are gonna show up to that. I
Swerve know
just
people, right?
when you said that, well, maybe they'll get offset for Dynamite.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
Excalibur Colon and Offset is gonna be fucking hilarious. There's nobody there. I'm not saying that Cole is hip or Pat McAfee's hip, but I know one thing: Nigel McGuinness, Excalibur, and fucking Taz are not hip at all.
No,
Like
not
they
at
are
all.
fucking no, absolutely not. I don't know how they're gonna. What celebrities do they have left? I guess they could call DJ Drama. They could call Kilo Ali from the Dungeon family. Um,
Let's see.
Jermaine Dupri maybe would show up. He's a small guy, small company, so they could do that.
They could call. Let me see. Who else they got here?
Ludacris could show up.
Ludacris would not show up to that shit. No way. Don't do that to Luda. Come on.
Ludacris could pop in to Dynamite to walk out Swerve. The funniest thing is that like if Swerve gets like I don't know, fucking Saw Baby to come out.
Maybe Young Dro. Would Young Dro come out?
Young Jock could come out
Young
at
Jock could
Dynamite.
come out. Young Jock, a little scrappy. Get a
Little
little scrappy
Scrappy
with
could
it.
come out. Yeah, like there's some
There,
options
there's more to
that
go around.
yeah, there's options that work for them.
Yes,
Hot
within the budget.
Styles. Hot Styles could pop out. Them franchise boys could pop out. Goddamn DJ Scream, Big Bank Black could pop out. Alley Boy could come out to Dynamite for AEW.
You think Gunna ever shows up to WWE?
He could. I mean, I don't see what would be stopping him. He does a lot of shit. Like, but he's always like overseas. He's getting the
Yeah,
overseas
yeah,
money.
yeah, yeah. He's he doing that. Maybe they get a little John. Who knows? Um,
Nameless to say, everyone that we're naming are like the BC level acts,
yes, of course, of
and that's
Atlanta
what
right
they'll have to
now.
settle for.
But
I would have been pissed as shit looking at what they did in on Raw this week.
well, listen, Hurt Syndicate. I don't know what they plan to accomplish with them damn tag team titles. Um, but unfortunate for Private Party, had one of the worst reigns ever, even after this long 5-year road to this championship. This narrative that they created, that Private Party has been building themselves up for the last 5 years. I mean, they just been losing for the last 5 years. Um, but hey, we'll see how this goes. WWE people run AEW at this point. Um,
Oh, this what y'all wanted? Black excellence. There you go.
there you go. There you go.
Black excellence.
Let's talk about the weekly shows before we head into the Royal Rumble predictions.
Yes, sir.
You had a lot
Uh,
going on this week. Wh-
SmackDown, I thought was the best of their 3 hour shows this week.
Okay.
Lots of matches. Motor City Machine Guns doing their thing. They gonna give you a good one a week. I respect
Yeah,
that.
of course.
They're gonna give you a good one. This one felt like the go home for Saturday night's main event though. That's largely what it felt like. But we did get some match announcements.
Friday
The
night's
most
main event. Yeah.
Motor City Machine Guns and Johnny Gargano and Ciampa got their match announced for Royal Rumble there. Um, really cool stuff. We'll talk about our predictions there in a few. What else happened on the show? LA Knight versus Tommy Tonga. What he said.
Oh boy.
It's Def Comedy Jam with that nigga, huh? I
Matthew
saw
McConaughey.
I
Matthew
saw a create
McConaughey on SmackDown, bro.
I saw a creator say that they fumbled LA Knight. That Triple H fumbled LA Knight.
He right where he's supposed to be. Don't
Yeah,
let
like
the
I
creator figure ruin your good time, bro.
exactly. He can't handle that pressure, nigga. Let him be where he at. He cannot handle that pressure. Y'all, the niggas who say that get scared when they got to order at McDonald's or the drive-through. So you can't. You stay over there and do what y'all do. Um, wait, what did you just bring up?
No, Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, you know what I'm noticing about celebrities? They're staying the whole show. Usually they dip.
Mm. Yeah, is it? I mean, I would 3 hours. I would have been like, all right, well. But
They was
his son
bringing
was
the
there. His kids was there, so it's like I guess they wanted to stay the whole show. They probably was like Cody's coming out for the main event or something. You know how WWE does. Um, but no, he definitely stayed the entire show. He stayed the entire show, and he did. He was part of stuff. Got into it with Kevin Owens a little bit because Kevin Owens is bugging out. Um, their celebrity profile bag is is getting larger and larger. This is going to be on the reel they show before WrestleMania this year, where they're showing it to all their potential investors. And fucking, they still showing the clip of like fucking
Arnold Schwarzenegger slapping Triple H. Give me
Wolverine punching Zack Ryder.
yeah, we still
Um,
got one of them moments coming up. Or Stephen Amell. That was the dark ages when they was using Stephen Amell in these little slideshows.
yeah, but that was Cody's man's though. That was Cody. That's a Cody call. You know what I'm saying? Stephen Amell might show up at WrestleMania this year. You never know. Um, but we'll see. We'll see. We also got, what did we get? Jimmy Uso and Kevin Owens.
Mhm.
Uh, You know, Jimmy Jimmy ain't bad. I'm just not bought in yet. But Jimmy's not bad. Jimmy's not bad in the ring at all. I'm just not bought in yet, but this eventually leads to Kevin Owens brawling with Cody and all this other stuff like that. So it was just leading to the Saturday night's main event. These two really hate each other more than likely. I would say the two biggest news from SmackDown came. Damian Priest is now an official member of the SmackDown roster.
Felt weird. Felt weird.
Didn't
Felt
feel
real weird.
didn't feel yeah. Didn't felt very I have to get used to this. Cause I'm like, what are you doing on SmackDown? Realistically.
Well, let's name off some of the because the thing is he was sitting perpetually for most of his tenure on Raw at the upper mid card main event slots. He was main eventing shows
Yes.
on Raw. So SmackDown one was missing kind of like a big guy that could go. You know what I mean? So they got Braun and to a lesser extent and Damian to a higher extent. So they got a main event guy in Damian.
Mm-hmm.
He's already kind of past Cody in the locker room, said, "I'll see you soon." That's a potential there. We've it's a match we've seen, but not with Damian as babyface. So that's something that we could see. Um, where does he sit? Where does he go here? Like I was trying to come up with matches. It's like not everybody can beat Carmelo every week. So we got to figure out something for you to do.
When is AJ coming back?
Well,
That'll be
there
good.
was a report that came out, I think a couple hours ago that they were hopeful that AJ would be cleared by the time that this weekend.
That would be fire. I would love that. Um AJ. I mean, there's a couple. Let's see. Let me look at the roster. I mean, Jacob Fatu, I guess.
But he not
Um,
gonna. That's like the immovable force versus whatever that fucking saying is. Like
yeah,
neither of these niggas lose ever. So who gonna take the pin?
we got Randy Orton when
That's a
Randy's
good one.
back.
That's a good one.
Got Shinsuke. Close
That's
to
a good
Shinsuke.
one. That's a good. I just want to put him right back to the U.S. title picture though. He's
You
already
could
had
do
it.
Andrade. I mean, you could do Andrade. I'm trying to grab whatever we can grab from this SmackDown roster. The SmackDown roster is not as top heavy as it. There's Roman and Cody, which
Yeah.
I feel like is the main event, but also feel like a level above the main event.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's the Damians, the Kevin Owens, the AJ Styles, the
Santos would be a good one he could face. Santos will be getting no burn. Santos
Santos gonna
gets
get chokeslammed to hell. Santos, he might be a back to NXT, bro.
oh wow.
That's what I feel like. I could see him on Stand and Deliver. I don't know. I don't know why. Because I can't imagine him. He's got a stable. He
To
ain't really
wrestle
doing
movement.
nothing. Yeah, and he don't really be doing nothing because like he already lost U.S. title chances mad times already. I don't think they ever had like a real solid plan or trajectory for him. He's just kind of supposed to be like a character on the show.
They did a
Uh,
year ago. I'm not gonna say they never. I'm not gonna say
well,
never.
I think it was gearing towards WrestleMania, right? Like the plan was always the Rey Mysterio thing at WrestleMania, but they ain't had nothing planned after that. uh, Apollo defeats Johnny Gargano, but it looks like also Apollo is injured now.
Yeah, he's injured. They had a good match, but like you could tell that nigga was hurting the whole time. I felt bad for him.
Me too. Um, Charlotte Flair with the promiest of promos has officially declared herself for the Royal Rumble.
This
She looks
shit pissed
good.
me off. This shit pissed me off. This promo screamed, "Y'all hoes got 7 days. I ain't taking no pins. I am not ma I'm
Amen.
bruh, ain't nothing happening to me. Ain't nobody beat me up from behind. If they do, I'm winning in 2 minutes. Take this natural selection, hoe ass bitch.
She said, "Y'all had 14 months to get it together. Time is up."
Chelsea, lay down right now." Yes, Imma say whatever I want in these promos, nigga. What you gonna
Yeah,
do about it?
Naomi, lay down. Chelsea, lay down. Michin, lay down.
Bianca, I don't
Yeah,
know, like, yeah,
no. Nah,
I don't know.
she might lay down. She might lay down too. If you get Bianca right now, like at this point of her career, she might lay down. If Bianca like develops a singles run again and gets some momentum, it might be a little bit different.
I think by the time that match even happens, she will not be laying down.
Yeah, Nia Jax, lay down. Just get down, stay down. Um. So yeah, it's Big Char.
That promo had me like, it's over for y'all niggas, man. We about to be back in the Charlotteverse, man. I'm not okay. Meelz, I'm not okay. You're
Hey
laughing.
man,
Here's the thing, you
pray
gonna be
for
laughing till
Tiffany.
you're not
Pray for
you
Tiffany.
you gonna be laughing till you're not laughing no more.
Pray for Tiffany. I love Charlotte.
Now you do. I love WWE. Yeah, alright.
Yeah, I love Charlotte. Watch when she return Andrade get back on the show and get in a couple programs too.
Oh,
Sunless
well,
Andrade versus
Andrade
Damian.
Miz is also on SmackDown now as well. We buried the lead there.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
of course.
and
Well,
he
I was saving
actually
that for
did.
last, obviously. But
No, the Charlotte should have been saved for last. Miz talked to Andrade, and he said he had to ask somebody about the offer that he took. So, what'd you think about that?
I don't know. But
I
he
think
should accept the Miz's
he's gonna go
ask
ask his
Charlotte.
mommy. Yeah, he's gonna go ask his mommy about it. She's gonna say, "Hell no, nigga, did you see his teeth?
Listen,
He need
fuck
new
you.
veneers."
But but
Yeah,
he's
baby, he got a baby. His Cybertruck, it ain't his. It's carrying crosses. Like, damn, for
I
real?
feel like
Nah.
I mean Charlotte has always had great teeth, but she might have got some additional work. You never know. It looked
Miz,
like
I thought Miz owned all them cars. Damn.
Miz owned all his cars, bro. Miz owned all his cars. But either way, I'm interested to see what they kind of do with this. Miz back on SmackDown. He's home. You know what I'm saying?
Home.
Um,
Yeah, at least he's
the
got one. At least he's
the
found
U
a home.
him and the USA Network are locked in for life. You know what I'm saying? So you never know. We could get a Miz segment to close the show. We get Miz Cody. Come on now. Talk about it. France.
Miz
Where we
Cody,
going? Where we going? Bash it,
I
Belgium.
I
Come
need
on.
you to fuck off with the heat of 1,000 suns, bruh. I need you to just leave me the fuck alone.
SummerSlam 2 days now. Miz Cody. Little Miz
Worst
and
match of
Cody.
his fucking career, bruh. What else happened on here? I think that was it for SmackDown.
Yeah. Move over to Raw. What's on Raw this week?
A lot happened. We talked about the celebrities on Raw this week. It was a lot of matches. Long segment with Xavier Woods, Rey Mysterio, and his family. It went around 35 minutes this week, including the match.
Good for
Uh,
him.
got his family out there. Now you can't tell me that they're not like writing the story and they're not like kind of being given carte blanche to kind of do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Yeah. Come on, bro. His mama there. His mama look like she don't play.
Oh, I mean, so did Kofi's. So did Kofi's.
But and his sister also look like she don't play neither. She look like Shar Jackson a little bit, but I'm not gonna say anything. But
We had Xavier versus Rey Mysterio during the show. Another lengthy Rey Mysterio match. They're really giving him some reps out there on the Netflix era.
gotta
Um,
do it.
but you could
Gotta
tell
do it.
that it almost feels like the Netflix people or somebody like high up was like, "We gotta have Rey Mysterio on this show." Like,
It's
we
a
love him.
this show is perfectly curated for cool factor.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's like everything has to be cool, everything has to be dope. For some Netflix just feels like Netflix on Raw feels like a premium experience. I don't know if it's because it is the $18 I'm paying to watch it, but it just feels like a much more premium experience watching this on Netflix and the show feel on Netflix. It just feels different. Um, they haven't really missed week by week at all.
yeah.
And it feels like they've got the perfect length for these matches, a perfect time dedicated to these people. Like they're doing a great job on this fucking show.
Yeah, I loved last night's show. I thought it was honestly phenomenal. There was a lot of really good segments. I mean, obviously we have, the main event, which was really good between Sammy and Drew. We also
Which I thought closed the show, unfortunately.
oh,
I
no,
logged
it didn't close
I
the show.
logged
Yeah.
out and everyone was like, "No, no, no, it's still going on." I was like, "It's still going on?" Oh my
Bro,
god.
when they shot back to again, there's a feeling on this show too, like, even with all the mistakes, let me be clear, there's a lot of, like, production mistakes on this show week to week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there are a lot production mistakes on this show week to week. There were a lot last night. I'm not, gonna shy away from the fact that there was audio issues, and I don't think that they've really gotten down the commercial break aspect of it. Because my thing is like it's either you're gonna do commercial breaks or you're not gonna do commercial breaks. They need to figure it out at this point because it's getting confusing when some people are getting commercials and some people aren't. There's no rhyme or reason why people don't know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think internationally they don't get commercials. Um so they get segments in between shows or they get the continuation of the match. Um But then they do. So, like, when Cody's knocked out, I'm thinking that's the end of the show because it's like, okay, we're gonna follow this up on SmackDown or something. Um, but then they were like, no, he's still in the ring. I was like, he's still in the ring?
Yeah, when he didn't leave, well, you should have known it wasn't over because the Lee Fitting credits didn't show up.
Well, I don't need Lee Fitting to dismiss me. I dismiss myself. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Um,
that's why you're not the teacher, nigga. Lee Fitting dismisses you, not you.
well, thankfully on Netflix I can rewind it, which I did about 30 seconds to catch the entire thing. So it wasn't too bad of an experience. So shout out to the Netflix experience. What did you make of this final segment between Cody and CM Punk?
I
This
I
felt
saw a lot of
very
people
ad
that
libbed.
it was so in the ring. It was so called in the ring. You could tell these are consummate professionals though. So, not a shock to me. That they were calling this one in the ring, but I thought it was good. I don't know if it matched last year's segment. I don't know if anything ever could. It's one of the best promos I've ever seen
Yeah, I don't
ever.
think so.
However, for what it was, I thought that it was extremely strong, and I thought that like once it got onto the point, because at one point I was like, "What's the point of this?" I was like, "What are they trying to get to?" Like they were trying to
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. I was
find the
like,
point. Once they got there, it became really, really good, and it was a really good note to end on. And it really makes you think that this year might be the year for CM Punk. And I guess we'll get to that when we talk about the Royal Rumble, then we inevitably kind of predict who should come out on top here. But there's a lot of moving pieces to this Royal Rumble, and I think the CM Punk one is one that I think a lot of people are confident in saying that's going to be the one they cash in on.
yeah, I think so as well. I mean, they'll pretty heavily feature certain people, but they've done this for a lot of people on this show. Like there are multiple segments surrounding the Royal Rumble of people who have declared and say like I'm making my intentions for WrestleMania. You got Drew with Heyman earlier in the night, who's like, I know Roman thinks he's going to WrestleMania, but I'm going to WrestleMania, and if I have to beat Roman Reigns to do that, I will do that. You had Logan Paul who come out during this Seth Rollins segment with Gunther and declare himself for the Royal Rumble, but also set himself as like I'm winning the Royal Rumble. So it's a Jay Uso who came out with Quavo was essentially like I'm winning the Royal Rumble ultimately at the end of the day. So this is great. Like to me, it kind of like restored the feeling of people making their intentions known of how important this Royal Rumble is for them. Um, because in this era, it seemingly anyone can get to that promised land, and they
Yeah.
all want to take advantage of it.
But this also just shows just how hot everything is right now and how hot everyone is right now. Just in terms of just like it could be anybody. And I think that the show really maintained that like there are a lot of contenders here. And I mean, another strong contender here as well, Drew McIntyre. He came out. Paul Heyman, of course, revealed the WWE 2K25 cover. There was a lot of promotion behind that. You know, they announced that at the premiere of the Netflix show a couple of weeks ago. Drew comes out and says that, you know what, Roman need to thank me because I'm the daddy of the bloodline. I made you niggas. And again, making his intents known to Paul that, you know, his eyes are on Roman Reigns, but his eyes especially are on CM Punk, who we still have. They're leaving it out there, this favor. From November all the way up to now,
Yeah,
they're leaving this favor out. Does this get cashed in on in any way, shape, or form in the next 3 months?
it has to kind of. I feel like, especially for WrestleMania time. I think that's where the intrigue kind of lies, and I think that's where they're leaving for probably when football season is over, which is in like 2 3 weeks. Um, but I think it definitely does come up, or maybe it does at the press conference, right? Um,
Mhm.
because that's kind of when you got to set the stage for WrestleMania and know the main events for it to be promoted in front of the press and all this other stuff like that. So I feel like we'll figure it out very, very soon, actually, um, where this is all going.
And what else happened on this show? Zelina was announced to be moving to SmackDown. So,
She
I
look
mean,
happy.
if you needed any more, if you needed any more gasoline on the Alistair Blackfire, there you go.
Well, yeah,
Um,
Chelsea Green know, Chelsea Green need more challenges as a Zelina Vega right there. Um, because to be honest with you, Raw always felt like she had no chance.
yeah.
Like between Rhea, Liv, Bianca, everybody else who wrestles on Raw pretty on a frequent basis, it felt like she had no chance. Um, Kai Cenat was on the show.
Yep. Cut a promo, said he's going to be at the Royal Rumble. Kind of threatened Speed. So
Speed, who's also going to be at the Royal Rumble. How do you feel about all these integrations
they're
with
leaning.
W?
They're leaning into it. It's you know, as long as it feels natural. Um, if it has to feel natural, and we'll see what happens on Saturday. And if you know, I think that largely they've been doing right by having the streamer integrations in their shows.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Well,
try
they're
to,
gonna let them stream then through the entire show.
yeah, and that's really cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that that's a really good idea. And I think again, you have these interactions and you have these you know these interfaces with all these streamers, but they're touching an audience that they're trying to reach right now, and that is Gen Z. Um, will it work? I mean, that's really up to, you know, it's not up to us to decide that. You know what I mean? But I think that like ultimately, if they do see some return on it, it will for sure be because of these people, you know, like Kai and Speed and Logan Paul even, and you know, because of their involvement, that's gonna happen. You know, I thought the Kai thing was cool. I mean, they live out there. I think the house is out there in Atlanta.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
It sure is. Yeah.
and you know, the fans loved him. He got a pop, and he was there like the whole show. Him and Duke Dennis were there like the whole show again. Like it was a really cool moment for them. And this show, this Raw felt bigger than most Raws. And if this is kind of like the idea or the feel that they're gonna have going forward with these shows, then I think that that's kind of dope. I mean, if they're like, yo, we're in a big market, we're gonna get our big market stars out on Monday night.
Do you feel like this is purely WWE's own doing, or do you feel like it's Netflix's like we're also want these stars, so we'll help you get them as well?
That's exactly what's happening. I mean, it happened when they were at USA. You know what I mean? They had Netflix actors there last night. You know, a lot of their shows film in Atlanta. It makes a whole lot of sense to have that synergy there, especially because that you know it just makes sense to have them in that city at that point.
Yeah.
Um, I really do think that Netflix has their hands on the pulse, so to speak, of like really what's going on. So it makes a lot of sense that that they would do this. And better than that, I really enjoy the fact that they're finding current artists, you know what I mean? That have songs on the billboards that are trending, things like that. Like WWE needed that help, that gateway into Hollywood, and now we're seeing the fruits of the labor that they put in with Netflix really kind of come out and bear, we get to bear witness to it.
I love everything they're doing. I love the theme song for the Royal Rumble, and I feel like we should get into the Royal Rumble at this point
Yeah,
because
let's get into it. Let me bring up the matches. Royal.
well, there's only four, so you throw a rock and you probably you could probably pick all of them up.
It's gonna.
Um,
I got a feeling they're gonna add one more.
you think so?
I would do. I just run back Fatu and Strowman again.
I feel like because of how they began programming these shows is more than the reason why they're going to less stuff because
Well, the Rumble matches have been going roughly an hour.
yeah, but they have to do
Yeah.
so much like if they're doing something with Speed and Kai, they have to figure that in. If they're doing something where they have to like show legends who are in the audience, they'll have to do that. If they're doing commercials and all types of ad placements and all this other stuff like that, that's why I think, to be honest with you, I think this might be it. Um, it would be great if they added like a women's single match or something, or rather, maybe some for the U.S. title, maybe some for the Intercontinental title,
Well, Meechin and Chelsea are on
or
Friday
in the Rumble.
night. Yeah, it's Friday Night Royal Rumble SmackDown.
So, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think this might be it, considering how heavy they started programming these shows. I mean, people have put out the stopwatches and they're like, "This is how much time they actually wrestle on the show, and this is the amount of time for the rest of the show." And I'm like, "That's great and all, but you're indulging in the experience of what WWE is now, as opposed to like looking for a wrestling show." Um, if you want a wrestling show, I'm sure there's still a show that airs on Saturday that you can watch.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be lonely, but you can still watch it. Let's start with the Rumbles.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with the women. Everyone who is involved right now has been announced, not has been announced. Nia Jax, Bailey, Charlotte, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Lyra Valkyria, Ivy Nile, and Io Sky are the 10 entrants that have been announced thus far. And I think that for so many people to be like, oh, they're not giving the women anything. There's only been 15 men announced, so there's only 5 less than the men. So like, I don't really get like where they feel like there's a discrepancy going on right now.
Also, I feel like it gives them a lot of flexibility in order to determine who are these entrants. If they want to have surprise entrants, if they want to have thing, but ultimately these are the draws that are drawing you to the Royal Rumble nonetheless. Like, no offense, like let's say Xia Li was still hired. Like Xia Li isn't making or breaking the Royal Rumble for anybody, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Um, so I think these people being announced, they're still pretty massive. I mean, Nia Jax, Bailey, Charlotte, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan.
All the top stars of the past 2 years are in the Royal
Yeah,
Rumble, so I don't understand what the complaints are. Like, they're like,
yeah.
"There's no story." I'm like, "When is what? Huh?" The story is that Charlotte's gonna win this thing because that's who I'm picking to win this fucking. The only the
So,
only the only story there is how many, I guess, NXT women are gonna show up on Saturday because
well,
that's what it feels like it's open for.
who do you feel? So this would be a fun exercise. Who do you feel will be in the Royal Rumble that maybe isn't someone that we would expect at this point?
Poor Jade.
Couple Cora Jade.
Mhm.
I was think
Actually, Cora Jade, Stephanie Vacker, and Julia, I would put money on those 3 being in the fucking Royal Rumble this year.
all
Like,
three.
yeah, no doubt about it. All 3 of them will be in the Royal Rumble this year. Gotta
I,
think NXT is more than likely traveling with main roster this week, all week.
oh, that's for sure. I mean, they're going to be in Atlanta, so and then they're probably going to travel to the Royal Rumble. Um, I was thinking there's probably going to be a legend there. Um, there's been a lot of hullabaloo about Nikki Bella. She
Well,
was just
she's
eliminated.
got time.
She was just eliminated on Traders. Um, Job, that's a spoiler to you. If not, watch Traders, please, please. Um, I'm thinking. Um, to be honest with you, most people who've been rumored at the PC, I'm thinking is going to be in the Royal Rumble. I could see Jade returning at the Royal Rumble.
What That would make no sense. Like, they
I
would like,
wouldn't.
what they that would make no sense.
I could see it though. Like I don't know. To me, has anyone heard from Jade yet? And they're like, no. And then she just returns at the Royal Rumble. I wouldn't know what they would do from there, but I could see it just based on like how do we figure out a way to incorporate her in the show. I think Alexa Bliss, I contract negotiations or not, I think if they want us, if they're like, yeah, we'll give you to go ahead and we'll do all these things as long as you're ready for the Royal Rumble, I could see that. Um,
I think she will sign her contract moments before she walks out there.
and then NXT, yeah, I could see one of those three. I could see like Julia because she's the new NXT Women's Champion, so maybe they want to show her off.
Julia is for sure a shoe-in to be on this card for sure. They want her around. She's gonna be there. They
I'm
want her.
trying to see who else would be. I don't think anyone else would get a major pop from the NXT on the women's side. Roxanne is cool.
Roxanne just need
Steph-
to just come over. Like she needs to be in the Rumble and then just go ahead and clock in next week.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Like there's no reason for her
Um,
to be on NXT anymore.
and then they just announce her on the way to the ring. It was like just signed by SmackDown
Yeah, exactly. Like fuck it. What are we doing here? Like, there's no
moments
reason
would
for it.
go. Um, so we'll see what it is. I could also see. I don't know. I guess Nikita Lyons hasn't been doing anything. She was someone who I could have saw in the Rumble a while ago,
A couple years ago, yeah.
and probably not now. I have no idea what's going on with her business. Um, who's winning?
Charlotte.
Hmm.
Doesn't make sense for her to come back and not win this. It's their one of their biggest women. I mean, I also see Becky coming back as well during this
Yes.
match.
Yeah. Same here.
I could see the final four being maybe actually it could be Bailey, Becky, Charlotte. This is the first time this will probably have happened ever, maybe with the four horsewomen being there, like having the three of the four horsewomen be in the final four.
In the Rumble, listen, I don't think you've gotten all four of them in the Rumble at the same time.
Yeah, ever.
I could
Yeah, it's
I
never
could
happened.
be I could be I couldn't be thinged, remiss. I feel like Novak will check me. But I don't think we've ever had all four, and we won't have it this year. But we can at least have those three, and maybe a Bianca or Liv. I would probably lean towards Liv. To me, if
In the
Bianca,
final?
yeah, because to me, if Bianca isn't winning it, she's someone who I could see. If Bianca isn't winning it, there isn't like a major Jade program coming or something. Loki, she's someone I could see entering early and probably like getting surprise eliminated halfway through.
Yeah, they mentioned Liv was the runner up 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Um, she might not win it this year, but I could see it. I could see her doing a three-peat. I could see it being the three horsewomen and Liv for sure.
Yeah. Because especially with Bianca, I think you don't want a star taking away any attention from the other stars you really want the attention on.
Yeah,
So I've noticed they've done that in past years. Like, remember when that 2015 one they eliminated Daniel Bryan like 15th? You know
yeah,
what I'm
get a
saying?
fire
Like
in there.
halfway through the Rumble, they did it with Sasha a couple years ago, where she had the Sailor Moon outfit, and they just threw her out pretty early because they were just like, "All right, this isn't about you." Um, villain origin story, villain origin story.
Oh
But
my god.
no, this is. I'm gonna go with Charlotte Flair as well.
I'm gonna go with
Um,
Charlotte.
Tiffy, count your
I'll
days.
I'll go with Liv for Iron Woman. Um,
Okay,
I think that ultimately when Becky comes back, her program will probably be with Liv. That'll be my guess.
Becky and
Um,
Liv.
Liv and I feel like Liv and Raquel are gonna get the tag titles,
Yeah.
and that it'll probably this is just pie in the sky booking, all right? It will eventually be Liv and Becky, or not, it will be Liv and Raquel versus Becky and Lyra for the tag titles at Mania.
Oh, okay. That'll be fire.
That's what I think it'll be.
You think Becky would? I mean, I don't know. Becky does whatever. Becky don't have anything to prove, so I don't know
It's
why she would like start politicking for shit.
well, to me, the reason I would do that is because the idea that Becky and Lyra would then spin off into their own program. That would be my thought.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm going with Big Shar. It's just I
Charlotte
would
and
be s-
Tiffany.
I would be surprised if it was anyone else. Um,
You just don't bring her back under these pretenses and not have her fucking
and she would be the first woman to do it twice.
Yep,
So,
'cause
uh,
'cause she needs that, right? You love
yeah, yeah.
Charlotte. I
I
love
mean, history.
WWE.
Listen, history. Sometimes people just make their mark on their own. I would love to see a couple more people also involved. I would love to see. I don't know if Carmella will ever return, but I would love to see Carmella back. I would love to see Alexa Bliss back. I would love to see a couple more people involved. I would love to see the throwbacks. I think those are always the most interesting part of the Royal Rumble experience. But this is one of the best shows of the year, so I'm gonna be happy with anything.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you think they have a chance to beat this men's rumble though? I'm going no shot because I'm about to name off the people that are in it. I'm going no shot.
yeah, nah, but I don't know. Cause was the last year, did you feel like the women's were better than the men's? I felt like they were.
I don't feel like the women's better. Mm.
Last year,
Somebody will
2014?
probably somebody will probably find my comments on it later though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Call me a capper, but I
No,
don't
no, no,
think
I
they're
think it definitely, in my opinion, it definitely was better. Oh, they had some goobers in last year. Um,
I mean,
alright,
that final stretch was legendary, but the men's rumble, let me run through everyone that's there. John Cena, LA Knight, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Seth freaking Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Logan Paul, Penta, Chad Gable, Braun Breaker, and Carmelo Hayes, who just announced it last night.
shout out to Carmelo for just claiming himself for the Royal Rumble before everyone else could.
And then only posting parts of a video where he was beating Cody ass, and then
Hey,
somehow
man, sometimes you need that for your confidence, baby. Cause he been taking many an ass whooping for for the past number of weeks. Um,
this is by far the most stacked uh Royal Rumble for the men that I've ever seen. Like
everyone's a
without
hitter,
question.
bro.
Without question. This is a crazy lineup of guys this year. However you want to call it, right?
They need some
Um
goobers in there too. Uh, Everybody can't be a hitter, bro. We need
there's really no room. There's 50, half of them have already been announced. If we were to guess who else would be in there, maybe Ludwig. I think Tr-
Ludwig.
I think Trick Williams is a shoe in to be there.
Okay.
Obafemi, in my opinion, is probably going to be in there too.
Yeah.
Um, that leaves you with just under 20. There's not really a lot of room for goobers there.
You gotta have some goobers though. Like who's
Oh,
supposed to
yeah,
start
I
the
guess Miz. Yeah, Miz is a good goober. He could go there.
well, Karen probably haven't seen Karen announce himself yet, so maybe he'll get in there too, you
He
know?
behind the scenes, nigga. What you talking about? He behind the scenes making sure another nigga follows his duties correctly,
N-
bro. You saw we got Sammy twisted.
Nigga,
Got
I
me
don't even know
twisted.
where's AOP, bro? Where them niggas at?
PTO nigga. Got me twisted. Like Keith Sweat. Got me twisted. That's what my nigga Karen say. Got me twisted.
Oh, I need to play something for you. This is so last night during the Punk and Cody promo, I kept saying, I was like, they should sing Margaritaville. Cause that's what it looks like they're about to do, like the old Rock and Stone Cold segment. Boy, tell me why I sent this to shout out to Rob, Ugly New York.
Yeah.
He sent me this voice note. Wasting away again, all up in Jacksonville. I was crying all the night long.
Rob is a sicko, bro. What is wrong with you niggas, man?
Oh, Jacksonville's perfect.
That is hilarious, yo.
Shout out to
Did you
Rob.
think you feel like Tony Khan was pissing himself?
He got to be at every turn and moment. He is he has ruined a lot of good faith that was built up. I mean, unrightful faith, but faith nonetheless. Um, because this isn't even the worst that's gonna happen, bro. Niggas already chanting Raw on Netflix at Ricky.
Somebody on Twitter said, "I never thought I'd see people cheering for corporations." I'm like, "Nigga, you cheer for AEW." What the fuck are you talking about?
Jesus Christ. No, it's not. To be honest with you, with Alistair about to be free, Ricky about to be free. I don't know who else is going to be free. Please, someone save my guy Miro. You know,
Nah, let him stay where he at.
no, Miro ain't do nothing to nobody. Um,
Nah, let him stay where he at, nah. Come on now.
Britt Baker is just apparently just not being used. That's just thing. It's like, hey, she's just not being used.
Big
Um,
Baker. I just came up with
so
that.
so um I think it's gonna get worse for him as the year goes on. But no, this Royal Rumble is stacked. It's pretty stacked. Like I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna do Jay Uso's entrance while
They're
he's
gonna make
entering.
niggas stop. They're gonna make niggas stop like when Cena came back, bro.
Just the lasers are gonna everyone's gonna be on the floor and all the lasers are gonna pop up from the ring and all this he's gonna come through the crowd. Uh
Uso!
with who's
Uh,
from Indianapolis? Is there the important person the Tyrese Halliburton, maybe? I don't know.
he got a game
Um
that night, nigga. He can't do it.
he they don't actually. I checked. I
Oh,
was
they
like,
don't?
nigga, no, they don't. That's just great fortune for him. Hold on, let me see. In here, Pacers games. Let me see, February 1st. Because I was like, I hit him up. I was like, you entering the Rumble? Oh, he does have a game,
They got a
but they
game.
have a game. They have a game in Indiana though, at
Yeah,
five
but by the
o'clock.
time by the time Rumble comes on, it will be like
That's
we don't
true.
know who's going first, but there will not be any
Oh,
time for him
that
to
is so whack, bruh.
yeah, he probably won't have time to do that, bro.
Nigga, I call out. Pull a Jimmy. Jimmy
Pull
Butler.
Jimmy Butler, you're crazy. Nigga's crazy. He
Oh
gonna
my
be bro,
god.
don't fuck around with them Indianapolis niggas, man. They might be wild, yo.
They love their sports, man. So yeah, I
It's a
agree.
good thing that people in Miami don't really give a shit about anything because they be saying all types of things to Jimmy Butler right now. They
Yeah, for sure. Um, all right. Is there any well, we
well,
said Obafemi and Trick Williams. Anyone else who you think could show up in a Rumble that we probably
maybe Santino could show up. The TNA connection has definitely opened up. Oh, maybe All Ego as well from
Oh,
NXT.
Oligo would be nice. Yeah. That would be
He's
dope.
another he's another male talent on there that I feel like one of the rare. I think there's probably like 3 people I feel like are ready to go up, but I feel like all the men that are pretty much ready to go up should probably be in that Rumble. Like Braxium maybe?
I feel like we're so close. Freximan's gonna stay where the fuck they're at. I feel like we're so close to stand and deliver that I'm sure they have plans for stand and I don't know what the NXT title plans are for stand and deliver.
The
Uh,
rematch.
you sure? Because they look like they want to do the rematch like soon, and Vengeance Day is coming up.
Uh, I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too sure about that. I would still say
So
that they'll
I
do it,
feel
but
like I feel like Javon and Ethan is probably stand and deliver worthy. Um,
he definitely coming back with some new teeth.
he should. I mean, he was on the gram earlier today with the same teeth.
Oh,
So
okay. So same teeth? Alright.
yeah, he was on Jakara's gram earlier today with the same teeth. So you know,
You're supposed to use these situations to your advantage, Javon.
come on, man. He don't know nothing about nothing. What's his
Join
paycheck looking like?
join join Near Gang, bro. Like, what are you doing?
His paycheck ain't near gang yet.
Shit,
I don't think
bro.
anyone in
Carmen
NXT has
Carmen
joined near
Petrovic
gang.
Carmen Petrovic just bought a fucking Mercedes. You're bugging.
This isn't Patreon, so I'm just keeping my thoughts to myself.
It's not Near Gang. What are you talking about? What
Carmen
thoughts could you
Petrovic.
possibly have to somebody that's making what they're not fucking poor in NXT. They actually for sure be making money.
No, they're not doing porn.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
That's what you said, right?
I said they're not poor.
Oh, I thought you said they're not doing porn. I don't know what I
Man.
heard, bro.
Yeah, I don't know either. Let's move on to the actual match with the men. So the way I look at this men's Royal Rumble, excuse me, is there is like a top 4 that could be winning this.
She would be on the RAOP podcast.
I don't even know what you were gonna say that was only for Patreon or Patreon worthy for that, because I'm just telling you that they're not like, you act
I'm
like veneers are
I
millions
feel
of
like
dollars. They're not. They're not
no,
millions of
no, no,
dollars.
no, but I'm just like, well, I didn't know Carmen Petrovic had Nears, so or
No, I'm
Mercedes
saying
or anything.
she bought I'm saying she bought a Mercedes. So, like,
I
if
didn't
she
see
can
that at
if
all.
you can buy a Mercedes, that means you got the money to pay a down payment or pay on some nears. That's what I was saying.
I would hope so. Let's see.
Javon probably spent
Um,
his money on goddamn Roblox cars and shit, or Roblox, gift cards and shit.
oh shit,
That's what he did.
2K25.
They got a free copy, man? I don't know why I said that. It doesn't sound like
Who's winning the Royal Rumble?
man, it was sound like Chris Rock. To me, there's a top 4, right? It's
Sure.
Cena, it's Punk, it's Rollins, it's Drew. Those are your top 4. I don't think there is a chance Roman Reigns is winning this.
He shouldn't win.
Not a chance.
But I'm trying to figure out what would the world look like if Roman Reigns won. I can't see him facing Gunther or Cody. I can't see him facing going for the World Heavyweight Championship at all right now.
No, he's not even gonna let. He said, "Raw, I don't work on Mondays, nigga."
Yeah, Raw, Gunther, like, all right.
No thanks.
So yeah,
There is no world. That's the thing. There is no world where that happens, because
right.
at this point, the only even if he's not taking clean jobs and losing, the only adversity Roman will be facing, in my opinion, in the next couple of months or years or whatever, is the fact that he can't get the title back in a timely fashion the way he wants to. I think that is the only real issue that he's going to be having.
Who eliminates Roman?
Who eliminates Roman?
It's either
Who
Drew,
eliminates Roman? It's got to be Drew, right? Drew or Punk?
Drew,
Drew or Punk?
Punk would be big.
Huh?
If it's Punk, I know where this shit is going.
Yep. If it's Punk, let's just go ahead. Ding, ding, ding. Ring that bell there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the thing is, like, that would mean Punk's not going to win the Rumble.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see a
If
world where
Punk
Punk
throws
doesn't
him
win.
out, or unless they're doing the long game.
Mm.
And they do
It's
it that way.
WrestleMania. This is the long game. It's WrestleMania. This should be the only game in town. To
I
be
think they
real with
think a
you.
little bit. I think they think a little bit further out now with stuff like that with Roman. I think ultimately it really comes down to, of those final 4, how does the story gonna break down? We'll probably be seeing Sami Zayn, depending on when this match happens. I could definitely see it opening, to be honest with you, because we could see Sami Zayn come back out later that night in the Cody match. So
Well, yeah, yeah, no, yeah. I think John Cena's winning this.
I think a lot of people think John Cena is gonna win this. I I'm my heart
For-
says he will. I just like to go against conventional wisdom, and I would say that Punk's probably gonna win.
Okay, I could see that. I mean,
There are
those are
several
my top
paths.
two.
There are several paths for John Cena to get to where he needs to be, and he's also gonna be an elimination chamber. So, like,
Yeah.
he could also do that match too.
I mean, he should be at Elimination Chamber. Come on. What we paying you for? This nigga's still filming movies. Like, shout out to you and your second job, but you got a first job right here. Um
Imagine telling him that.
he would
Like,
not, you would be like,
I
we have all
absolutely agree.
responsibilities in our life. Broke nigga with
I
no job.
absolutely agree.
Like, sound like a nigga with no job telling me what to do. Um John Cena, I could see him winning. It's either Cena or Punk. It
Yeah,
would be it would suck if Punk lost though.
why?
Because I feel like I want him to get the main event of WrestleMania. I know
There's
it
so
probably
many
doesn't mean
ways
as much to him, but it means a lot to me.
there's so many ways for him to get to where, he needs to be and where he wants to go, in my opinion.
I don't even know where he want to go or what he want to do. I don't know where this is all ending up. I don't know where WrestleMania is going, bro. I
I
don't.
mean, I like that. We like to be able to take our foot off the gas. Now that there's no story that needs to end, do whatever the fuck you wanna do.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do within reason. H. You finish a story. That's all we ask for. Like we said last year, I have no complaints with whatever. Like if they want to do Rock and Roman again, cool, man. Do it. Do it to your heart's fucking
I
content.
feel I feel like if Cena wins, he's announcing who he's facing at the press conference later that day. He's like, let's not even let's not even do this. We'll figure it out there. And then we get either Cena and Cody or Cena and Gunther. Um, all right, so you picking CM Punk, I'm picking John Cena.
Yeah, I'll pick CM Punk, and you can pick John Cena, and
All
that'll
right.
be where it is. We also have 2 out of 3 falls match between DIY and Motor City Machine Guns. This has been a feud that's been going on for about 2.5 months here, since right before 2024 ended.
Niggas trying to have a classic.
They about to have a classic, bro. Like,
niggas trying to have a classic on the Royal Rumble.
bro, I'm actually really excited for this match, and I'm
I'm
excited for the ladder
excited
match as
too.
well.
I'm excited too. Um, I will. I'm excited too. I hope this gets the flowers it deserves, because I know this match is going to be fire. But I also know that all four of these guys aren't as high profile, um, as you'd probably expect to be as someone to be in this position. But I feel like the opportunity is there, and I think they'll rise to the occasion and more than likely knock it out the park. Like,
This is how they get there. This is how you get them to feel important and be important, is you put them in this position. Um,
every time I think of these niggas, I'm like, fuck, man. Adam
what?
Cole, bro. Every time I'm like, bruh, Adam Cole, man.
It's over, bro. You gotta let that go, man. You gotta let that go. He with his homeboys now, man. Look at him. You see him over there by the swing set? He's over there having fun. He with his homeboys, man.
uh,
You gotta let it go, bro. At some point, you gotta let that go.
he want to be with his girlfriend.
Clearing up rumors. I ain't cheat on that nigga.
What I look
It
like a
ain't
boss
worth
bitch
cheating
like
on a
me?
nigga.
Yeah,
Why
that's what I'm
cheat on a nigga?
saying.
I just leave. I was like, you ain't have to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, relax. No one cares. No one really cares. Like, it is what it is. You would not get any heel heat off of Adam Cole. Does not have the stature right now.
Adam Cole don't have hoes right now. That's really the real issue, is that he don't got hoes right now, and that's why I can't get behind a nigga. So maybe he don't need to come back to the WWE. Adam Cole ain't getting no hoes.
Could have been in the PC. All right, whatever.
You know, we
Um.
forgot to bring up JD McDonough.
Oh my
injured himself
God,
this week. Yeah,
brother,
he
Michael
he he earned
Cole.
himself so much respect from everybody, like literally within 2 seconds that
But I
happened.
was also like, is it worth it? Because he looked like it was bad.
He
I was like,
said he punctured his lung and he broke a couple of his ribs.
God damn. But what about your neck?
Bro,
What about your head?
he looked like he was about to be comatose throughout that whole match.
Yeah,
It looked
he
very
hit
scary.
the. I was so Michael Cole genuinely seemed like, get this nigga a doctor.
Yeah, even when the point when he got to the point where he was like, "Normally, I be shitting on him, but I can't even do that
Yeah,
tonight, bro. Like, this shit
that's what I'm
crazy."
saying. Oh, he's still going. The thing, everyone applauded for him, and he's just like sitting up groggily, like he's like hunched over.
He
And
was
I'm
going
like, bro,
stupid.
I was like,
And
bro,
honestly, as terrible as that sounds, it could have been so much worse.
it could have been. I
He
would have stopped the match.
Yeah, it could have been so much fucking worse than
I've
it
given
was.
people way more shit for not stopping the match. I would have absolutely stopped the match. Like,
Yeah.
to me, it wouldn't have been. Tell Carlito, come out, nigga. Stand on your apron in your sweatpants. You know what I'm saying? Um, you can call it in the ring. So it just is what it is. I'm assuming Dom and Carlito will be a thing at some point.
Yep.
But yeah, uh, that was scary. Um, Main event time.
Main event time. Oh, who do we think is gonna win the 2 out of 3 falls?
Oh, DIY because I feel like
DIY is definitely gonna win. This is
yeah,
their time. This is their time,
feel
without
like
doubt, without a doubt.
yeah, it's DIY time.
Because I honestly feel like they're gonna
They made a
drop.
lot of ops. They made a lot of ops in their thing. I think
I
it's
feel
good
like
for
they're
the division.
I feel like they're gonna drop to Street Profits, not the Motor City Machine Guns.
I hope the fuck so, but we'll see.
All right, main event time: Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. Uh, Ladder match where you have to grab both the Winged Eagle and the Undisputed Championship, which are going to be suspended above the ring. These two haven't had their titles in a couple days because they've been suspended above every arena that they've been in.
Good
They're
for
going to be
them.
suspended above center stage tonight because they're just going to be sitting there waiting for
You know,
Saturday.
championage is a privilege, not a right. These
They've
niggas
been
been
abusing it. Just
yeah, been
walking
acting
around
the
with a prop
fool over the past month and a half.
like a
Motherf
damn child. What the fuck is you walking around
yeah,
with a damn prop belt on?
hang that shit up, nigga. Fuck out of here. Um,
This has been a really good story.
I think
Um,
so as well.
it's escalated at the times when has supposed to escalate. It has been given time when it's supposed to be given time, and I think more than anything, Mills, this is a storyline that makes you appreciate, truly appreciate, the fact that we have a champion that's on the show every week. And I think these are the storylines that we kind of live for because of that.
I agree. Also, there's still part of me that's like, you could still argue it's Cody's fault. Um,
That's crazy.
I mean, for tagging with Roman, then he tried to give him a pity championship match. Remember that
You're,
shit? No one
you're a
remember that.
madman. You're a
No one,
madman.
no one
You're a
remember where it
fucking
was like, no,
madman.
come on, man, take the championship shot. He's like, no, I want to earn it. It's like, earn it? We don't fucking earn shit around here. Main eventers take that shit.
So
Um,
this the first white person that didn't want to benefit from nepotism? All right,
there you
cool.
go. Listen, come on, man. Ally.
So
He was like, give it to Carmelo.
he gave him a DEI shot? That's crazy.
He said, give it to Carmelo. So that kind of like laid in the bag of his thing. Then, of course, Survivor Series, everything that happened after that.
Yep, we got the package power driver. All of that stuff that's led up to what
This
we
is a
see today.
mania worthy feud.
It has
That is
been.
that is
Honestly, it has
happening at the
been.
Royal Rumble.
It has been. It really has been, and you know, and it's been no small feat that they've managed to make this work because I think that it has very much worked in favor for Kevin Owens, who's always had very strong feuds when motivated and given good creative, and Cody, who has been largely knocking it out of the park in my opinion with a lot of the things he's been doing as champion. Um, but here we have a match where I was like, you could have just given it to KO, but I feel like with it being so close to Mania, I think it's best for them to set up what I think will happen with KO this year, and I think we talked about it now, a Randy Orton return that leads to Randy Orton and KO at WrestleMania.
Absolutely. I don't know where Randy is at all. He's
He
been gone
chilling.
for. I hope so. I hope he's good. I just don't want him to be injured or anything, rather. So I hope he's good. But this is definitely to me opens for the Randy return, the big Randy pop. I don't know if he ends up in the Rumble or something along those lines, but big Randy pop for the show. But I'm expecting a great match from this. Like these are two people who delivered, who put everything on the line to deliver, who have been given the space and opportunity to deliver. Like I think Cody has a massive respect for Kevin. I think Kevin has a massive respect for Cody. I think this latter match is going to be. We haven't had a one-on-one one in a minute.
Very long
Um,
time.
so I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be awesome, and Cody will win.
Yeah, Cody's gonna win. I think if it's Cody John Cena, it's gonna be some kids crying. Cody gonna make it. Cody is going to make it cinema, bruh. Like it's no doubt about it. It's gonna be fucking one for the history books on what that motherfucker's gonna do.
This is going to be, yeah. I mean the promos alone, just America, hardworking.
I carried the company when you were out making shitty TV shows.
Yeah. Well, you were out here at a shitty company and you couldn't
Oh
do
man,
shit on shit.
They're gonna bring up Tony. He's like, oh, Cena could bring up that I never left.
First of all, Cena
Sheesh.
has no chill at all. If I've learned anything from John Cena, is that he has absolutely no chill, and that I feel like he doesn't tell niggas what he's going to say, and then he drops the hammer on him,
Yeah,
um, real quick. So I'm
interesting
looking forward
promo
to
there.
this.
Interesting
Well,
promo there, Cody. When he hits that, I'm like, "Yep, it's over.
yeah. Well,
Turn it
there you
off."
go.
I need
Yeah.
I need Cody to hit interesting promo, Jonathan.
Mm,
Jonathan Linus Cenitis.
I know. I don't know what dirt do you have on Cena.
Oh, we got a lot of dirt on Cena, bro. What you talking about? You better stop, bro. Come on, man. He better chill out. Don't like Cena better not even bring up no dirt like that because we all know what type of shit Cena into. That's a freak guy boy. Freak ass
uh,
nigga. But Royal Rumble looks like a really good card. I think again, we're all looking forward to what's going to come out of the Royal Rumble itself. Who's going to win? Because again, we have a press conference coming, Meelz in 2 weeks for WrestleMania. So we'll be able to kind of put a lot of those matches in stone. And I think we'll have the kind of the at the top level what main events we'll be seeing that night for the 2 nights will be in early February. So this is setting the stage for something really really huge. This is our best as we say this every January, right before our prediction show ends. This is the best time to get back into wrestling. It's the best time to be listening to this show every single week, all the way up to mid-April. So make sure you're tuned in, you're locked in to the A Show Network every single week as we talk about the twists and turns from Mania season. Me and Mills are for sure going to be debating. We're going to be arguing. We're going to be laughing. We might be crying too. But we're going to be talking about all of that stuff in the coming weeks as the road to WrestleMania starts. So get hyped, get ready, and we'll see you guys next week on the A Show, where we talk about the fallout from Royal Rumble and everything else in between. So for Meelz, I am Justin. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.